Hello everybody, my name is Gabe, and welcome to another Star Wars Battlefront video. Alright, so I was sitting here thinking about Battlefront. I was looking at some of the new gameplay that came out of E3. I played the game at E3, by the way. I'll get into that a little bit later in the video. And I started thinking to myself, man, could Star Wars Battlefront be the best Star Wars game of all time? And I know that's a weird thing to say, don't get me wrong. There has been a lot of great Star Wars games in the past. I know a lot of people still like TIE Fighter, people like The Force Unleashed, people like the original Battlefront and Battlefront 2. A lot of those were great games. Don't get me wrong. Lego, Star Wars, shout out to you as well because you were very fun. But this game, man, after playing it at E3, which like I said I did, I played 20 vs 20, the multiplayer mode, I played it on Hoth. It was, man, Zach, as you guys know, Ghost Robo, he played it before me. And I was still in line. He came up to me. He said, man, that fucking felt like Star Wars. He probably didn't cuss the way I just did, but it's okay. All right. So he said, hey, that really feels like Star Wars. He was super impressed. And, you know, when Zach's impressed about something, I get excited because he's a lot harsher with his criticism of games than I am. But either way, all right. So I get excited, and I'm like, okay, man, I'm in for something here, right? And then I played it. Playing the game, man. It really does feel like Star Wars. The music is on point. The audio is on point. The guns sound like Star Wars guns. Everything just seems so Star Wars-y. And I know that's not a real noun, but whatever. I'm using it in that way. Right? And that's off of one multiplayer mode, right? We were stopping the walkers from getting to the other side of the map, and that was our objective. We completed it. We did win the match that I played. I started off doing crazy well in the game. I'm not even great at shooters, but I started off like 8-0 in the match. I didn't get to drive any of the vehicles. I didn't get to play as Luke or Vader, so there's still a lot of surprises coming up for me. And look at this, man. If you're seeing the gameplay that's back here, it's absolutely insane stuff. The co-op stuff, which I didn't get to play, but I do know people that did play it, and dude, everyone was super impressed with Star Wars Battlefront. And when they announced this, and they announced the fact that there was no single player whatsoever, and they announced that there's no space battles, obviously, a lot of people started to get very worried. And rightfully so. I started to get worried too. I'm like, hey, you know, these things are sort of what people love Battlefront for, and now they're just not in the game, really. But what is in the game is so good. The multiplayer matches play out so differently than I thought they were. The guns are so awesome. The game looks really good. Another thing, when they first revealed the gameplay, everybody said, no, that's not gameplay. That's, you know, it didn't get a big downgrade. No, the game looks that good. What you're seeing on screen, that's what the hell the game looks like. I promise you. And on top of that, there's a co-op, there's split screen co-op. And I know it would have been cool to have a single player story campaign. I'm sorry, I got the hiccups in the middle of the video, but it's okay. We're going to power through. All right. How cool would it have been to have a single player, right? Obviously, I would have loved that just as much as anybody else, but what we do have right here, it might not be what we wanted, but it's damn cool. It is super good. One thing I will say about the map I played on, which is Hoth, which I believe is what you're seeing on the screen right now, is I wish there was a little more to the map. You know, it's a giant snow field, and that's what Hoth is. I get it, but I don't know. I wish there was something a little bit more to it. But don't get me wrong, it was still fun. Like, this is one of my favorite games I played at E3, hands down, without question. Like, even the waiting in between, you know, being in line, because we were like in this VIP line, but it was still a long line, and then we were in this like stuffy room for like a good 15 minutes having them explain the way the loadouts are going to work for us and stuff. It was a very stuffy room. I wasn't feeling great. You know, there was 40 of us stuffed in this room that isn't very big. So, you know, man, it wasn't great. Slight claustrophobia was kicking in, even though I didn't even know I had it. I'm in tight space the whole time. So, but this really messed with me. And I'm saying that to say this. As soon as I sat down in front of the little kiosk that I was in, and I held the controller in my hand, I put the headphones on, and I heard the music. As soon as I heard the music, and I was seeing the style of it, dude, everything was fine. Everything was perfectly fine. Star Wars Battlefront, like I said, it wasn't one of my most anticipated games at all, and now it is. I cannot wait to get my hands on this once again. And my question, the title of the video and what I said at the beginning of the video, you know, I said all this to sort of explain myself. I'm wondering if this will be one of the best Star Wars games of all time. Obviously, it's not going to tell an original story, anything like that. But pure gameplay, pure visuals, like pure aesthetics, this is super Star Wars. And when you get your hands on it, it's going to feel like Star Wars. I know there's an alpha going on right now for PC players. A lot of people are getting their hands on it. People are absolutely loving it. The word about this game has gone from like, a lot of trepidation because they didn't know what it was going to be like, to pure excitement, pure joy, smiles on everybody's faces when I see them play it. And I'm crazy, crazy, crazy excited for it. If you're excited for Star Wars Battlefront, definitely hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Let me know what your favorite Star Wars games of all time are down below. And that's going to be pretty much it. And again, I'm not saying that this is the best Star Wars game of all time. The game's not out, obviously, so I can't say that. But from what I've played, it's a strong one. The Force is strong with Star Wars Battlefront. We will see you guys later. My name is Gabe, and we will see you soon. Bye.